Maybe she is great.
She is not Miss Universe.
I'm Gabby, that's Jordan.
Red flag, red flag.
I'm sure, I know I'm the villain in that story.
Welcome.
Kelci did not want to wear the penis glasses.
Sorry, I feel like it's a little this is not okay, guys.
I wouldn't the
I'm
entire
gonna-
last episode.
I'm gonna keep this PG for my clients.
Well, welcome to the
That makes
Z-List
sense.
Celebrities. We're not PG. I'm a PG-13. She's an R. She would like to be a PG.
She's rated E for everyone.
I'm trying to, just maybe for this episode. Catch me on a day out. It might be different.
Well, welcome. This is Kelci Zicconi.
Hello.
Kelci is a wedding planner and also our best friend.
We love this.
My orange hands.
Oh,
It's bad.
I didn't watch them after I self-tanned last night.
honey.
So I know.
It's okay.
Goal number one. and it's gone.
Keys. Yikes.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you for coming on. Okay,
I'm
so
so glad to
Kelci
be
is a
here.
wedding planner. This month we're talking all about weddings, Jordan's wedding stories, my work in the industry. So we wanted to bring on another expert in the industry.
I love that. I'm here. Hey guys. This is so awesome.
Do you want to tell us about your business?
Yeah, so I own Kelci Leigh Events, based out of St. Pete, but the greater Tampa Bay area, and I'll travel if the vibes are there. International, ladies, let's go international, please. I offer full plan and design. I hold your hand through the whole process. No month of, no day of. I mean, I'll be there day of, but through the whole time. That's kind of the rundown. Super fun, sweet, simple. And it's a good time.
When you decided to do away with, because I know in the past we've talked about you used to do day of planning or month of coordinating, what made you decide to eliminate that?
I feel like there's just so many details that go missed when a planner jumps in like 30 days out. Vendors don't get back to you in time because there's other things going on, or I don't know, COVID, a hurricane, what we've just dealt with the last couple of years. I feel like it's just better to be there way out. That way I've built that relationship with those vendors, and I don't necessarily wow, for word vomit, all of this. I don't feel like I would have to technically follow up with them 90 days out, where like I should already have that information.
Makes sense, yeah.
And so what would you say is your number one tip to a bride on if she's deciding, if she's like dealing with budget issues and she's like, oh, I don't know if I can afford a full plan. What is like your biggest piece of like advice to be like, no, like the full plan is worth the budget?
I feel like I'm one of those planners right now where I'm willing to kind of, like work in your budget, because I want you to have the experience of having that full plan from A to Z all the way up until like I send you down the aisle. So if we have to tweak a couple things maybe here or there for budget on my end, that's something that I'd be willing to work with. But I think if there is no talk of budget, or you're just like, I want a planner, I think you should indulge and get the full plan, because it really is going to like make your wedding day that much more of like a breeze throughout the whole process.
Jordan, did you have a wedding planner?
Yeah, I had a wedding planner. We did the partial plan. So
Partial plan's cool.
She started working with us 6 months out.
Okay.
That's a lot more time than like
Yes.
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the month is just so. What can you do in a month? I don't know. I know. I for sure could buy like a flight and I could go somewhere in 30 days, but like to gather all of the details. Like I remember in the past, I had a bride. We made the floor plans. We did everything. Day of, a photo booth company shows up. I'm like, hey, who are ya? Like I had no idea. And I'm like, I didn't have outlets. I didn't have I had no space. But it was like no one told me. No one. And I was like, This is the turning point in my career where I just I'm done doing this.
Tell me if I'm wrong, because once again, I'm not a planner. But I also feel like it's a giant waste of my money as a bride, although it's less than doing a full plan. If I paid you for just a month of work, I've already gotten all my vendors. I did all of it by myself.
Right.
Like, at that point, and I know you don't offer it, but at that point, I would never get a month of. I would maybe get a day of coordinator if I had fully planned already. But like, it seems like such a waste of money to be like, oh, I'm going to have you for a month, but I've already done and coordinated all this. Now you have to show up and not know the couple. And basically, they're treating you like a day of coordinator.
Right. But I also feel like day of, I feel like is almost a waste of time, because like they don't know, say, family drama that may happen. Like I have a lot of, brides will come to me and like be like, mom and dad don't get along. They can't sit at the table. They literally cannot be anywhere near each other. Like, how would I know that day of? You know, I feel like there's others, and that's like a small detail. But if your parents are divorced or something like that, and there is like family feud going on for like decades, how am I supposed to know that?
I mean, Jordan had her fair share
I
of
had
wedding
family
drama.
feud.
I had some family drama, and Matt's family too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's something
Oh.
we
It was like me and
been
Matt's
talking
family.
But
yeah.
see, your planner was like 6 months. She at least could have
I
been
loved my planner.
right. She
I
could
did.
have been like more a little informed, and I'm sure you did tell her, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh definitely.
See, like I feel like partial's cool. I have no issues with partial, but I feel like in the sense when we go back to budget, I'd rather do full plan and kind of maybe knock back a little bit price point wise. That way you're still like I'm still there, but like if you've already done ABC, then we'll just like I'll deduct that from your price point.
Let me tell you why I did partial planning. I looked at her packages. I will say the first vendor I booked was my photographer videographer team.
Fair.
Because I
A lot of
knew I
people do.
wanted them. I
Right.
spent a ton of money on them.
For
and
sure.
I was like, I want this the most.
Of course.
The second one, venue.
Yes.
Third one, planner. Now, when I looked at her packages, the partial planning said you have your 4 main vendors. You have
Okay.
your venue,
Your top 3.
your venue, your photographer / videographer, your DJ, and
Okay.
your caterer.
Yeah.
Now, with my venue, I had to pick one of their caterers.
Right.
So I already knew
that's
who I was
right.
going to pick. So when I talked to her, I was like, there's no point in me doing full planning and spending 3 times as much when I've already picked out my top 4 vendors and I've already hired
correct.
them.
I think a big part of like a planner's job where I think that extra chunk of change for full plan is worth it is if you don't know what venue you want. If I'm going to drag Kelci on like
Yeah.
8 different venue tours,
Right.
she deserves to be compensated for that. And that's where it becomes full plan because like you said,
Right.
you're right. She didn't have to go on venue tours with you.
No.
She didn't have to go try food with you. She didn't
No.
have to like help you find a videographer, photographer. That makes
Yeah.
sense for a partial plan.
Well, at that 6-month out point though, you are doing like your food tasting. So did she go?
I had already did that before
Oh.
because I knew what caterer I wanted.
Right.
And I will be honest, I picked my caterer because the only other caterer that I heard was a good caterer only did Pepsi products. And I was like,
Oh
nope.
no! Diet
0.
Coke for
Yeah.
life.
I was like, Coke products are no deal.
But
Is
really,
it Pepsi Dasani too?
well, if it is, that explains
Probably.
a lot. Gross.
Dasani water.
So
I will say though,
Sierra
but like
Mist.
I ew. I mean, Sprite also is kind of gnarly.
But like Sprite over Sierra
well,
Mist.
yes, but also like no Diet Coke, then maybe a sweet tea. But like, I will not drink water and I will not drink Sprite. Right?
At McDonald's?
No, anywhere.
Oh.
Anywhere.
Oh,
Anywhere.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. And if
Diet
they
Coke.
don't have it, ooh, I will not go to water. And I mean, like, I guess sweet tea.
I don't like sweet tea. So I'll be like water.
Oh, well,
Thanks.
I mean, that's like good for you.
But I am a snob when it comes to water. Like, it's bad.
What did you do for this hurricane? Oh, well, you left.
I got
Sorry.
I
You
got my
left.
Saratoga water bottles out of the fridge and brought them to the hotel with me.
Kyle, feel that.
No.
You guys are
Yes.
gonna die over this. Kyle found every water bottle in the house we have, which is like at least 12, because like we have a weird cup thing going on in our house, like lots of mugs, lots of like water bottles, everything like that. He filled up every water bottle I had with fridge water because he knows I hate sink water, and put all of them in the fridge, and we're still going through those water bottles. I haven't had to fill up water bottles in a week because we still have so many. He also filled our big container jugs,
Yeah.
and he also filled all of our pitchers with fridge water because he spent like 3 hours filling up water.
That's a time commitment. I made it to Walmart early, and I got decent water bottles.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
I mean, we got some, but I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Zephyr Hills.
I think
I
mine
would
was
rather
Zephyr Hills.
spend $2.99 on my Saratoga water.
Fair. You do you.
Oh,
It's
I
okay.
will. And it has to be in the glass bottle. If it's not in the glass bottle, I won't drink
Are
it.
you reusing it at least?
The glass bottle?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you
yeah,
sure?
I'll put my like filtered Brita water
Okay,
in,
okay.
but it doesn't taste the same as the Saratoga water.
Well, right, because you did.
Even the sparkling Saratoga water is like top tier.
It is.
Okay,
It's so
well,
good.
ladies, water is not why we're here today. So I want to know. We just wanted to put you on here where you're forced to talk about things that like you have to tell us because
Okay.
you can't like shut us down when we're on
I guess,
live.
oh,
So we want to know all of your like least favorite bridal moments, and I want to translate that into a little bit of a game. I want to play like, what are your bridal red flags?
Okay.
Tell us like what your red flags are. I know I told you to write some down, so you're welcome to pull your phone out so you can like look
I
at
get
those.
situated.
Yeah, get comfy.
Okay.
We want to know your red flags, and then after you tell us your red flags, I want to know your worst bride moment you've ever had. You can use code names. We use code names on this podcast a lot, so
Okay.
I'm getting comfy too.
My red flags. Please, people, do not take offense to this either. These are just my personal things that I am not here for. Okay. Where do you want me to start?
Number one.
Number one.
Number one?
It's
Yeah.
a good
Well,
place.
right now I have 2 tops that I just. Alright, we'll just throw it out there. Eucalyptus table runners.
No.
Ew.
No.
Ew. I cannot. They're terrible.
Eucalyptus belongs in your shower.
Even then, I
Wait,
still.
wait,
What?
I feel stupid. Eucalyptus table runners, like the
Eucalyptus.
like the color or
no,
like
eucalyptus. Sorry, the eucalyptus leaf plant
oh yes.
across the table.
People do that.
Ugh, yes.
It's very, what is it? Like, not rustic.
Mm,
It's like
I just like cheap.
farm.
cheap.
Is
It's-
eucalyptus cheap to buy?
I mean, I feel like here's another thing too. I feel like it plays hand in hand with the design aspect of things. So like when with full plan you get design, or you know, like if we even knock off a little bit price point, you're still getting design. And I feel like brides think like, oh, I don't have the budget for the flowers I want. I'll just settle. And it's like, wait, but like if we're putting together the vision board, the design board, the mood board, whatever you want to call it, we can, you know, we use that and then we reach out to florists and we're like, hey, this is what we want. If you can't get this exact leaf, what's something that is more cost effective? And I feel like when brides don't have that, they just think like, oh, eucalyptus. It's a filler. It's green. It'll make my table look pretty.
So
Right?
here's my question, and this is kind of diverging back to like the full plan versus not. With your design, what does design entail for you? Like you do all of their decor design, or like how does that work?
So we'll like schedule the venue walkthrough. Like once we've booked the venue, we'll go back and we'll kind of walk through ceremony, cocktail, reception space. And then from there, I ask them a bunch of questions of like color schemes. Is it black tie? Kids allowed? You know, like we walk through kind of like what you're envisioning your day to be. And then from there, I'll put together what cocktail tables will look like, all of the flowers for ceremony, for cocktail, for reception, how you want the room to look. And we pretty much like transform vision board into what you want your real day to be. And then we use that, send it to vendors and be like, hey, this is what we want. I think you could execute this. Can you give us quotes? Can you talk to us? Like, can we jump on calls? Can we go through that?
okay.
So it's pretty much like colors. You know, bridesmaids are wearing maybe black dresses. That's in there. The groom is wearing all black tux, and the groomsmen are wearing, you know, the same thing. It just kind of goes through every element of the wedding. The extra details, the music. Do you want a stage? Do you want a black stage? Do you want a white stage? Anything and everything.
Okay.
So when we go back to when we talk flowers, I feel like, I don't know, what was it, like before 2020? It was like eucalyptus everything.
It's giving like mason jar wedding.
Jordan
don't
and I
even-
have had a lot of discussions about mason jar
I
weddings,
hate
and
mason jars in general.
I'll never forget. We were driving up.
Ah, no.
We were driving up actually to come to your vendor showcase at
Ah.
White Rock Canyon.
Yes.
And we're driving up, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but Jordan was like, ew, like, you're not going to have mason jars at your wedding, right? And I went,
Oh my god.
excuse me, ma'am, what? And she's like, yeah, I really hate mason jars.
I think it's also a little
Okay.
offensive that you thought she would have.
Yeah, wait a second.
Wait.
No,
No. You would never.
because
The
we were.
taste, the class.
It was because we were talking about like what you want the vibe of your wedding to be, and I was like, well, do you want like boho? And then you were like, no, not like boho, but maybe like modern something else.
like
boho.
a
And I
modern
was like,
boho. Like,
Right.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then I thought, I was like, okay, but like no mason jars, right?
She
No.
was very worried that I was going to have mason jars.
I was nervous.
Kelsey's seen all my mood boards.
I've seen
She's-
them all. We're
Obviously,
okay.
she's my planner. Like,
we are. There's no mason jars. Don't worry. You won't even be drinking out of a mason jar.
Thank God.
Thank God. No.
Like cute little martini glasses,
Okay,
maybe,
yeah.
but like mason jars,
Keep those be outside the door. No, not welcome.
If anybody brings a
6
mason
feet
jar
away.
in, they're
No.
banned. Straight to jail. Cancel.
Done.
Straight to
Done.
jail.
Okay.
Next red flag. Let's move on.
So eucalyptus is a no. DIY flowers.
Walk us through that.
No.
She's like, actually, I will not.
I'm all like, okay, I can't say I'm all for it because I'm not all for it. If you are spending the money to have a wedding, Pay the professionals who do that. Like, you want a planner, you're gonna have to pay the price of a planner. If you want flowers, pay the people that know what they're doing. You do not, unless you are a florist, then fine. But maybe I hope your coworker is doing your wedding that day. But you do not have the coolers to keep your flowers alive.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
Oh my
that
god.
way.
What
How-
are your
sorry.
thoughts on like fake flowers?
No.
I agree with that. I'm
Silk
sorry.
flowers, yes. Silk flowers are like great fillers, and if you talk to a lot of like florists, some of them will recommend them if you want this, like, you know, those like big hanging pieces that make the
Yeah.
room look like enchanted garden.
Yes.
Some of those flowers will be silk flowers, but like
Right.
when they're coming from the ceiling, you won't be able to tell because you'll have a couple real ones here or there. But like, think about the price point if you wanted to literally transform this whole room into a garden. Thousands. You might not have thousands of dollars for your like standard wedding budget, which is okay. So I think in that aspect, yes, silk flowers, they're also beautiful from far away.
How much cheaper are silk flowers?
Oh, I don't know because I really don't know off the top of my head. The flower industry right now is also like wild. Like, some people get their flowers from California, and those like growers are like, not the growers themselves are dying, but like flower fields are dying, and some people are having like a hard time getting like certain flowers. So I couldn't even tell you a guesstimated price point.
Do you think there's going to be an uptick here soon? Because like, it's actually something that, you know, as somebody that works at Marry Me Tampa Bay, and like
Right.
we talk about trends all the time, I've been noticing an uptick on people not putting an emphasis on florals and finding new creative ways to like decorate and decor and design that don't include flowers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's also cool. I think, you know, like, I personally haven't had a bride come to me and be like, I don't want flowers, I want this. Or like, I'll have, you know, some brides will pick a very pretty like outdoor venue where you technically don't need it because it's already there.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe they do something different as like a centerpiece. Totally fine. But I think like fake flowers bought on Amazon. I just...
As a planner that really, really loves modern design, are you kind of excited for this new wave of
Yes.
like
Yes.
less florals?
Yes. Well, yeah. Yes and no. I don't think the like hype for flowers will ever go away.
Oh no.
But
But
I
I-
think the trend
It's
will be
traditional.
What do I think
in
the trend will be?
2023 for flowers.
What's the flower of choice
The flower of choice,
right now? Like, what are you seeing the most of?
like white roses. But I feel like they're coming back in not like a southern way. Does that make sense? Like solo roses, or like, have you seen
Yeah.
those like the new like aisle right now? I've seen it on TikTok
Where it's, like,
trending.
single
It's like
roses.
single
Yeah.
flower, like single roses, like, but like lush of them.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
that's what people are focusing on. Like, it's like one big center
The
like,
other
vision.
reason that I'm predicting that we're going to see less florals is everybody is now putting such an emphasis on like zero waste and stuff like that, and like
Right.
it's literally, I've talked to multiple people recently that are brides coming through Marry Me Tampa Bay, and they like want to know where they can find eco-conscious florists and stuff like that, because
For
like
sure.
the waste that comes from all the florals that you use, and like it's apparently just astronomical.
Well, I have a couple florists I've worked with in the past that will come and pick everything up and then repurpose them for a different event. So if something like falls in line, or they'll go to nursing homes
That's what we did.
or
Yeah.
something like that, and they're getting a second use out of them. Like, you're
was
not
gonna
just
say,
grabbing flowers and throwing them away, which
Well,
is
I was gonna say, like, if
It's
I'm
a
also
lot of
it's
paying,
a lot of money.
well, if I'm paying all that money for flowers, those flowers are coming home with me. We'll make the house a garden for a while. I'll be handing those out to guests. Like,
Right.
I'm spending that money. Those flowers are mine.
So so we were going to give them to guests, but then we thought about it. All of our guests,
Were they out of towners?
out of towners from New York, Massachusetts, like they had to get on
Right.
a plane.
Right.
So we're like, all right, we don't want the flowers. I don't want to use my bouquet again. I don't want to repurpose it or whatever.
For sure.
Just give them to a nursing home. Like,
Right.
no.
Okay, I have a question. As like we talk about my wedding, 'cause,
Right.
like,
Okay.
we watched Jordan's. Jordan, you had a bouquet. I really adamantly, Kelci and I have talked about this. I do not want a bouquet, like at all.
Oh my God.
I don't. I
want-
want my hands free. I
Okay.
don't want. Like, I don't want to hold something. I don't want one. I just don't. I don't like boutonnieres that much. I don't like corsages, anything like that. Like, I don't.
Fair.
Is that weird?
No,
Am I like
no.
weird
Because-
or not?
Okay, I just saw. So I partnered with a venue, and we have an event next October 11th. And I saw on Pinterest, like I got deep in the Pinterest rabbit hole of just like looking up like new modern trends, things like that. A sash, you know?
You sent me that.
Yes, you know, like when you have a little thing and you like put it behind you and then
Yeah.
you carry it like over.
Yeah.
So the vibe for this event is like the roses, baby's breath, because baby's breath is making
Timeless.
its comeback, but it's not in like the Southern Mason jar way. It's like modern, cool. We're here for this, and it's like a baby's breath sash, like
Oh.
thing.
Okay,
that
wait.
I'm.
Let me describe how when you sent it to me, it gives me feather boa vibes.
Okay, feather boa. Okay, so yeah, think about that, and it's
I
like
feel like I
draping.
need to see a
Let
photo.
me see it. Okay, hold on.
It's
Because
really
I'm
pretty.
thinking,
Actually,
I'm like, it's too much, but I feel like if I see a
if you
picture,
have
maybe
a
it's
very
like, okay.
modern, simple dress, doable. If you have a
Yes.
frou-frou fairy princess dress,
Probably
it's a no.
not. Yeah, no, for sure, definitely.
You sent it to me. It might be in our text,
Is it?
or did you show it to me in person?
I don't know.
can't remember.
I know. I was just talking with the florist.
Regardless,
Regardless.
florals, I feel like are
Florals-
just such a weird way to
I know.
like spend a ton of money or spend no
Yeah.
money or like show your personality. Like I feel like there's so many things
I will
you
say,
can do
like,
with florals.
flowers are an underrated cost for your wedding. We
Yes.
spent a little over $5,000, and I wish I spent more on
Really?
my flowers. Yes.
Okay.
Good to
You
know.
didn't feel like 5 was too much.
I thought it was a lot, but
Right.
after seeing the flowers, I'm like, I wish someone explained to me more of like exactly what they would look like, because then I would
Okay.
have been okay with spending
A little bit more.
an extra
to-
$2,000 if it was exactly what I wanted. Not a huge fan,
Jordan doesn't love it.
Okay, totally fine.
but like
I feel like it's different.
it's not my vibe; it's someone else's
Right,
vibe.
right.
And
I
that's
think
okay.
in a very garden style,
Yeah.
like,
Like
black and
enchanted,
white,
I
yes.
like
like no
that.
colors.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was different, and I
It
was like,
different.
and you brought it up to me the other day of like, I don't want anything in my hands, which is great. Some bridal bouquets are heavy.
yeah.
Like
Like
you're gonna get carpal
you're like running around all day long,
No,
and then like
I'm
planners
gonna be
here
rash.
throw
I'm
to me,
gonna ruin
you know,
it.
like,
Yeah, no, I don't love the bouquet idea. What I will say is, I just thought of another thing that we can actually tie in. We all have a really good friend who she has just started her own floral company, but it's all dried florals,
Yes.
eco-friendly. I love that aspect too. I mean, I'm a pampas grass person, so like, I
Right.
mean, I'm basic in that way, like pampas everywhere.
for sure.
But like pampas is reusable. All her dried
Yeah.
leaves are reusable. So like I almost like that in the sense because I feel like she'll charge you less because she's gonna reuse those anyways. It's not like
Right.
a one-time cost that she has to front and then also like still make a profit for doing it all. So you
Correct.
save some money there because you know it's all reusable. If you're an eco-friendly kind of person and that's like what you like to preach and advertise,
Right.
it's great. in
Well,
that
you can
sense.
also buy them and then you keep them and repurpose them in your house if that's like the decor vibe that you like too.
Oh my gosh, you want to talk about something that Jordan had at her wedding and I bought from her for $20,
Oh my god.
and I still have yet
yes.
to use them or
My
repurpose
goodness.
them.
Is it the
Oh,
linens
please.
that you asked me for?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm still trying to get rid of those. I might just go drop them off somewhere. Yes.
Oh, the
There
fans,
you
like
are.
for ceremony.
Yeah, these were on the
Oh
seats.
my God.
So let me tell you the
How
story
many
about
of
these.
are there?
There
There's like
were-
50.
I
Did
had
you
a
buy them
lot.
on Amazon?
No, I got them on Oriental Trading.
Oh,
A
love
lot
that.
of people took them home, but our ceremony was supposed to be outside. F you, Mother Nature. We had to move it inside, and we had to get a tent. It's very against the tent. I told Matt, my planner called me like 2 days before, and she was like, we got to make a decision on the tent. And I called Matt immediately and was like, we have to cancel the wedding. Like, we have
it's
to.
literally
The drama.
The plan B, the rain talk in Southwest Florida.
Also,
Ew.
I need to say, the
Ew.
girl who
These
had
fans are
her wedding
fantastic.
before, the night before
Right, because
us,
she had the tent.
she had the tent, so
Right.
we reused her tent. Apparently, she's TikTok famous. I need to know why you cheaped out on the fans inside the tent. Because I was not aware that there weren't fans. Because I thought that
Right.
tent, it's hot as hell, let's bring in fans. No
It's because
fans.
it's the extra money, and some people just are like, oh, I got the tent. But
You're
then it's like,
TikTok famous.
Okay,
You're
here-
making money.
this is like so un-wedding related, but
ah!
let's be real here. Not related to weddings at all, but I see it daily with the industry I work in social media and working with brands that work with influencers. A lot of these influencers that have huge followings don't realize how much money they can make and so they aren't making money.
Right.
Like, I have girls that, like, I'll approach for a brand that I'm working with and be like, hey, we want a TikTok video, something like that. They'll have 1 million followers, and they'll be like, oh my god, cool, I get free merch. And then they just go for it. They don't know any better. That's we have a social media month we're doing. We'll talk about that, but, like, a lot of people don't realize how much they can charge for social media. So I've learned that your money, like, how much money you have versus your social media following literally does not equate.
Okay.
Because I know people that
Yeah.
have way bigger followings than me, and I know they're doing things for free, whereas I'm over here and I'm like, here's my rate. If you can't meet it, I'm sorry.
That's
For sure.
another like really expensive cost to a wedding is a tent. Like,
Right.
if you're getting married outside, you need to make sure you have a Plan B tent way ahead of it.
Well, I feel like
way
another
ahead.
thing that goes it goes missed when you start the planning process by yourself, and which is another reason why I really like the full plan aspect, is that you go to a venue for you.
Yeah.
Example for you. Your venue is beautiful, but the space for your guest count inside really is not
Yeah.
accommodating.
Yeah.
But you love the outside so much. But you go in, and when you pick your venue, you're going on a day where it's sunny and beautiful, and the weather, it could be like a crisp January day in Florida, which, like, for us, that's like cold and like, wow, beautiful. But
Yeah.
like, you don't think about it. If you're getting married in, say, late October, it could still be hot. Like, we're still prime hurricane season.
Yeah.
No one's talking about these things of like, great, okay, fine, you booked this venue and it's outside. It's beautiful outside. Do you like the inside ballroom? Most people don't like what the inside looks like because they're like, well, I'm not going to have to use it. Yes, I'm on your side. I don't want you to have to use it. But
You might.
you
I
might have
was
to. So, like,
freaking
your
out.
pictures are going to be different. Like, you are just, like, you have to, unless you're just, like, a roll with the punches kind of bride, and there are some that are, and they're like, it is what it is. We are doing it, and it's just what the day is. But there are some people that are like, I want to cancel it.
And let me tell you.
And it's just like,
I was-
Mama, you spent so much money already.
Yeah, I
like-
was freaking out when she
Yeah.
called me and she was like, we might have to move everything inside. And I'm like, where? Where?
Right.
Where?
Like, it's not going to flow
Right,
right. Like,
right.
I'm freaking out.
Right.
We had to change, like, a lot of the design aspects.
sure.
Like, especially the florals.
Right.
We had to change a lot of that. And I'm just like, it's ruined.
So
Soiled
do you,
it.
when you have a full plan bride with design, then do you basically design for outside and inside just in case?
No,
I'm gonna make you do that.
that's fine, and we can. It's
You're doing it.
It's just it's hard. I mean, obviously, yes. If there's a bride that's like, I'm dead set on getting married at the beach in August, I'm like, okay, that's
That
fine.
is brave.
Brave, and I'm like, well, we
Hot.
really talk about
Hot.
this. Like,
It's
let's
not
talk.
even the rain.
It's hot.
My
Yeah.
makeup would be, like,
Yeah,
dripping down my
dripping.
face.
And it's just like,
This
oh
is
my
a natural bride. She doesn't wear makeup. Let's be real.
I'm
This
a
is
natural girly. Yeah, no. If it's for like a month, that's concerning. But like January, no,
Yeah.
because then we can add a tent and get heaters. Like, that's an easy, like, to me in January, that's an easy fix.
So
Well,
what
January
would you
doesn't rain
do
much.
in,
Right.
like me, like, yeah, obviously we had to do the tent. I had to do that. What if you had a bride who, like, you needed to do a tent, but she was very adamant, no tent, and, like, the weather was not permitting?
It's kind of just like, by the grace of God, I like, hope things, like, if it's all outdoors, most outdoor venues are going to require you to have, like, if they don't have an inside option.
Yeah.
But then that plays a factor into, like, I feel like if there are venues that are fully outside only, they should have a tent on site. You shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't
Yeah.
have to find a rental company 48 hours beforehand. Like, if you're an all outdoor venue, I think that should be a, like, you have it, and then you just, like, you get, like, your final
Yeah.
bill from the venue. Like, you're still spending the extra money, but, like, the venue has a team that does it. The venue provides it, because think
Well,
about
it's
it.
really, you should be paying for the labor to put the tent up, but not actually the tent itself, because if that venue knows full well they don't operate without it, then
Right.
they need it.
For sure. So I feel like that's a tough it's a tough way to go, because either the venue will require in their contract, and you have to, they'll make that known to you, or I don't know, I feel like shame on the venue.
I will
'Cause
say-
it's like, if you don't promote that when you're doing a walkthrough or like giving a venue tour, how is the bride supposed to know? Like, what if they don't have a planner? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
some venues require planners, some don't. So it's like, what if you are, like, you don't require a planner and you don't tell people like, hey, you have to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So I feel, I feel like that's another thing, like a lot of miscommunication, and that's why like coming in, like I just feel like coming in as a month of coordinator, 30 days out, like it falls on me at the end of the day. No matter if I booked it or not, or if I was there or not, everybody is pointing fingers at me. Oh, well, why didn't your planner tell you? I came in 30 days. How am I supposed to know? No matter how much I read over your contracts or how much you tell me, no, blah, blah, blah. It's like, there's just too many missed things, and that's why I, like, been there. I've done it.
Back on the rain topic, I will say, if you are a chill bride, I just featured a wedding for Marry Me Tampa Bay, and it rained at their ceremony, and the pictures were gorgeous.
Some of them are, and they will have, like, a little backup, like, clear umbrella, and it, like, but for, like, bride and groom, not for guests. So, like, guests just get a little wet. And it is what it is, but if that's your vibe, then
because they did like a rooftop St. Pete wedding, and it was gorgeous, and it rained during the ceremony, and then cocktail hour and everything else, it was still outdoors, but it was covered, but it didn't rain the rest of the night, so everybody dried off and they were fine.
Right. And a little bit of rain on your wedding day is good luck.
Yeah, it's good luck. Do you have more red flags?
Yeah, give us one more, and then we want you to actually do another fun game with us.
Okay. I would say a red flag, and this is like more so like me being on the bride side, is brides paying for their bridal party's hair and makeup. I don't necessarily think
Did you do that? You
I pay for all my bridesmaids. I paid for the flower girls, and my mom, my grandma, and my aunt.
Okay, so what was the total number?
The total?
No, not like the total price point. The total people.
Oh, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. I feel like that's just, as a bride and a groom, you're already paying so much. From the bridal boxes of, will you be my maid of honor? Like, those gifts. The bridal, like, the day of the cute robes. Those gifts. Like, you're not making your bridesmaids pay for that because you want that photo of everybody matching whatever. Maybe it's a cute bracelet that you take cute photos, something like that. But I feel like, as the bride, when they come to me and they're like, I want this hair and makeup person. Amazing. Cool. I'm on your side. If that's who does your hair every single month, I want you to have that person if they're willing to do it for your wedding and for everybody else. But you're probably paying a little bit more because that's like, you want who you want and you're willing to pay that much more. But I think when they're like, well, I have 13 bridesmaids. Okay, one, that number is just already too high. That's another topic for, like, 13? I have 2 friends, they're sitting right next to me. And I have another girlfriend down in Naples. Like, okay, 3 people, 13? Like, I would have to call my mom's friends at that rate and be like, hey, you want to be my bridesmaid? Like, okay, whole nother, like, that should have been the red flag we brought up. But, like, hair and makeup, like, I tell all of my brides, I'm like, maybe pay for one. If you want everyone to have the same type of hair, like the same flow, like the side braid or like the same curls, pay for that.
I was gonna say, let me like chime in on this because I think about this all the time now. I commend you for paying for everybody's stuff. I much rather, because I know like where my friends are at, like I start thinking of like all of the costs, like you said,
for sure,
and bachelorette party and stuff like that. Sure. I much rather spend some of my money treating everybody to like extra cute clothes, like matching clothes at the bachelorette, or like
something
extra
that you
experience.
Can
like maybe I'm buying everybody a massage at the bachelorette. Like I don't know, like there's something I'd rather spend that money on.
For sure.
So for me, I have great friends in the sense that they either are really good at makeup and know how to do their own.
Okay.
Or if they feel like they want their makeup done, I think I would pick somebody that maybe, like you said, isn't like my dream person that is gonna do my glam, and maybe I have an extra 2 or 3 girls that like are, like more lower level, new to the industry, less expensive, and then I basically give them that choice. Like, hey, if you want your makeup done, then here's that. Hair, I feel like, is different because if you want everybody on the same wavelength with hair, you kind of almost have to get everybody's hair done.
For sure.
But makeup, I'm kind of like, I'm sorry, like Brie and like my friends like that. Like Brie's been doing bomb makeup since she was like in high school.
Right.
I'm not gonna force Brie to have somebody else get her makeup done when she fully well can like give herself a full glam
right.
look.
I think if you have a specific look that you're going for and it's cost effective, I don't see the issue in saying like, hey, makeup is going to be $80, whatever. Who knows? It varies in state, city, everything like that. So it's hard to put like a pinpoint, like full blown number on it. But I think if you're I think it's nice to give them the option if they want to do it or not. But like maybe you cover the cost of one, or you like it's one or the other, you know. But I know it's an expense that adds up. Where like I've had brides in the past that are like, I found this signage girl, and I just feel like I need her to like she will complete the rest of the look for my wedding. Okay, we get the number. Just say that quote. If we're going off like 13 bridesmaids, just whatever. It's like, you know, $2,500, and who knows? I don't know if that's low, if that's high, depending on where you're at in whatever. But like, say this signage, the welcome sign, maybe your unplugged sign, the seating chart sign, like that also equates to $2,500. It's like, this is your day, and you've asked these people to be a part of your day, so I think they know already, like, oh, I might have to pay for my hair and makeup. Like, I've been in weddings where hair and makeup has been paid for, and I've been in weddings where I've had to pay for both. And I feel like it's just kind of one of the things that you agree to do when you say yes to being a maid of honor or a bridesmaid. You know, so
you all have the right too to just say no. Like, you can have an excuse. Like, it's not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
Correct.
Like, I feel like if one of my friends said, I literally can't take the time off to like do all the activities, or I can't afford it, like, I'm not going to be offended. I'll be sad because they won't be up there, but I'm not going to be offended by that.
Right.
The only way you defend me is you just be like, I just don't want to. Like, there's always a proper way to say something, but
for
you
sure.
don't have to be a bridesmaid.
I feel like it's also too, but I feel like there is that like weird stigma of like people feel pressured, and I don't know if maybe it's like the friend group or what, but like being in the industry, and like I've told all of my girlfriends, I'm like, please, I don't want to be a bridesmaid. I don't. Like, I would rather be able to gift you, and like I'll still go on the bachelorette trip, I'll still like partake in all these things. I just like, it's hard for me to enjoy attending a wedding being on my side of things.
That's what I was going to ask you next. And I was like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, don't. Like, this is allowed to be your red flag. But, like, does it upset you when, like, you have a good friend getting married? Do you want to be part of that, like, bridesmaid bridal party? Or do you enjoy being the planner instead?
I would rather be the planner, but I've drawn, like, the fine line with, like, my friends of, like, you get to pick one. I'm either planning it, and I'm full blown, like, we are talking through everything, or I will be like a guest / bridesmaid. But like, I'm not gonna be your guest / bridesmaid, and then you call me every couple weeks and be like, hey, so what do you think of this? And it's like,
that'd be annoying.
This is my job. Like, this is like how I make a living, and I want to be supportive, and I can give you like a fun little tip here and there, but like also be respectful of like, this is what I do. Like, you know, that's like me. Like, if you were a doctor, I wouldn't be texting you like, hey, my ear's swollen, can you check it out for me? Like, no, I'll come in and like pay my like office visit, you know, like I feel like maybe that's a bad analogy or whatever, but I just feel like.
So what I'm hearing from you is that like you don't want to do the job for a friend without getting paid, which is valid as crap, because like you should get paid for what you do.
Right.
But what about when you are being paid as a planner? Do you still want to be included in those bridal situations?
I haven't had any of my good friends like book me, because I think they'd rather me be there enjoying the actual day, which is also like I would like to be there, because it's like all my friends are there, you know. It's like not like FOMO, but like kind of FOMO, because technically like I don't want to sit here and say I drink on the job, because I don't. For like a regular client, I'm not gonna drink during the reception, you know. At the end of the day, if they're like, please do a cheers with me, and like please like take a shot, okay, fine, but like the job is pretty much done. At this rate, we're just breaking down. Everybody's getting ready to leave. Like, I've fulfilled everything that you have booked me and paid for me to do. But, like, with my friend group, I would be like, they're all doing shots after the ceremony. I have to make sure that everybody goes from ceremony to cocktail hour. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like if they wanted to book through me, I would have another planner on board that would be like, hey, I'm going to be there if you need anything, but, like, I'm passing it along, and I feel comfortable passing it along to another person on, like, the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But, like, I want to do tequila shots with everybody, too.
Or salt tequila.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Do you want more red flags or no?
No, let's
Okay.
do some celebrity wedding rating. We're going to give you some celebrity weddings, and we want you to brutally rate them. Don't be nice.
Don't be nice.
No.
Like, be honest.
Okay.
So the first one is Trisha Paytas. We are going to rate her wedding dress.
Okay.
So this is it.
And we'll make sure to include
Yeah,
pictures for
we'll
you guys.
post the pictures. And then there's also that.
Okay. Did they get married in December? Because that's what it looks like. What was the month?
I think it was December.
Okay, so spooky wedding in December.
But like all her guests are wearing white.
They did like a reverse wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Wait. How old is he?
That's her dad. I think.
Oh. I thought we're exiting the aisle, and I'm like, yay, we've just, okay.
It's the hood for me. It's this. What? Why?
Okay, I'm not against all guests wearing white and you wearing a black dress, but to me, this just is giving me every spooky vibe, and like, why didn't we do it in October? Sorry. Sorry.
So not a bad vibe. Wrong month.
Wrong month. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it could have been so on brand if we did it in October. And
Okay.
I'm also just not a spooky bitch. Let's be real. You know this?
She hates
I hate
Halloween.
October.
Hates it.
Like,
Do you
hate
know
it.
that's why she's not coming to New York City early?
No,
pretty
it's
much?
not. I couldn't take off my other
No,
my other job.
It was
Sorry.
a work thing.
It was a work thing, but did it work out in my favor? Maybe.
She wasn't really excited to participate in our group Halloween costume this year.
Which is going to be so much fun.
It's fine.
Can't wait.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
The
next.
next one is going to be Courtney and Travis. We have a lot to rate here.
Okay, I'm
so
also
this is the first.
yes.
Yes.
No, wait. Okay, this was the one in Vegas, or was this like the
No.
one?
This is the one in. Is it Portofino?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Back it up. I was there too. Same thing. I was on a
See
little.
that?
I don't know. There was a lot of big boats. They were probably there because we took the ferry. We were up to that standard.
Okay.
Okay, low key, like short dress, yes, I'm into it. Long veil, yes, I'm into it. I mean, is this on brand for
That
them?
is, like-
I mean, I can almost kind of see
That
the
is-
coochie.
I hate that.
That's lingerie.
It's lingerie. I love her veil though. Her
I
veil
like
is
the
I
gorgeous.
cathedral
have a-
veil.
yeah,
Like,
the veil.
yes, okay. I mean, Travis, you know, like I'm a fan.
Okay,
He
wait,
looks like
wait.
a Chipotle
I have an
guy.
unpopular
okay,
opinion.
I saw that on social media the other
Yes.
day, and I'm like, LOL.
I have an unpopular opinion. My dad, I was born and raised Catholic. I'm not religious at all in any aspect anymore. But the way that they like did the cliche Catholic, the church, everything like that, but then she wore a lingerie dress and like is all sexed up.
Yeah, so
it's a
that's
mockery
like
to me of church weddings.
the ceremony.
So they
You
tried
know,
to make it all. It's not
they
a
did.
church,
It's
and
not
they
a
tried
church.
to make it a church. And to me, that is a huge slap in the face and mockery to church weddings. And I did
For
not
sure.
like it.
I feel that too because I grew
So-
up Catholic and I was raised Catholic and all of that.
Could you imagine our parents would murder us if we wore that
Yes.
into a Catholic church?
Probably. Oh my god, the nun would have been like, hell.
I
She'd
would
be
You're
like,
going
we
to
would have,
hell.
Get out.
lit up in fire, like
Yeah.
flames.
Yeah.
Straight.
So-
straight
Is
hell.
this what
this
is this?
is like the tablescape.
For Courtney and Travis's?
Yes.
Why does
Okay,
this
now
look
I'm
like
getting-
candy corn?
Now I'm getting carnival vibes.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo. That's
Also,
what I
like, what is that serving?
Okay, but that's
That's like-
Europe. And I will tell you that you don't feel overweight or like you ate too much because the serving sizes, I will say, were top tier.
They gave
Is
me
that
this much spaghetti.
that was probably the first
A-okay
course.
with me?
These
No.
are like their like names on the seats for the plates.
Is that like a tattoo of Travis's? Just
I
read
don't-
on the.
I have no idea.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
It looks like what Christ is burning. Like
Yeah.
I okay, maybe no.
It's
It's a mockery.
It's like very satanic.
Yeah.
To me.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we need to move on from them.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to show the cake.
The cake's not bad.
I hate it. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
This one is Sarah Hyland. Very.
Ah, I love them. Okay.
Very classy, and this seems like normal. Like,
Yes.
This seems like a
They
normal
just had a
person
normal wedding.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Right.
it.
No, normal, but also she had like
She
four
did a dress
dresses.
She did a dress
Yeah.
change. Okay. Can we talk about how
hate
I
that.
don't love how dresses look bustled?
I hate bustles.
Like I think I would rather like me. Okay, like I would buy a dress, wear it down the aisle, walk down the aisle with the dress how it's supposed to look, and then I would do a fun dress change, which is coming back. It's becoming a trend that's definitely here.
Yeah.
But like I will do anything to not bustle the dress, not because it's 52 buttons and some things and you got nails on and it's just it's hard, but like it makes you just look like the old
ugly.
times, and
It's
it's all
ugly.
poofed up and like you kind of got like a little feathered bum. No, not
I
into it.
hate bustles.
That's the ceremony.
Yes, Enchanted
Yeah.
Garden. Yes, everything about this.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
This is like their dance
White dance floor. Yes,
Those
Cute.
are bridesmaids.
so
I
cute.
don't love the purple bridesmaids dresses. I've always felt that way. Our good friend Tamika owns Bella Bridesmaids, so I watch her do the Bridesmaids train all the time. And she says purple's actually really popular,
I don't hate it.
and I just
That's
don't love
their-
it.
Wow,
Yeah.
I just have it. 15 out of 10. 15 out of 10.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, great.
Gorgeous.
Okay, who's
Yeah.
next?
We
that's
did-
it?
Yeah, we did 3.
What about? Can we just briefly chat real quick about who just got married?
J-Lo?
Yeah.
No.
Again, it's
0.
just like it's
Why?
overdone. They
Ugh.
should have eloped. They've already been married. It
Mm.
was a joke. Like, you've already been married, just go elope. You don't get to go round 2 with somebody you've already been married to.
Oh, that's right. Because Courtney was never married to Scott. Poor Scott.
Poor
Poor
Scott.
Scott.
No, it's not even that. Like, I don't care if, like, you're divorced and you want another wedding. It's that she's been married to Ben Affleck once before.
Right.
And then
right.
divorced,
Well,
and now they're back
was
together.
Were they just trying to top the wedding before?
Who
I don't
gives a
remember-
shit.
oh.
You're already married. We don't care.
No.
Like, no.
That's a good
If
question.
you want to talk
Maybe.
about another one, Britney Spears. She just got married.
I'm going to say something real controversial.
Let's hear it. Oh, God.
I think I'm canceling myself right now. I'm not a Britney fan.
I grew up on Britney.
I grew
It's
up
hard
on
not
Britney,
to.
too.
So
I
did
mean,
I.
like, it's Britney, bitch.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
not a Britney
Also,
fan.
hold
Okay,
up.
okay.
A couple episodes ago, Jordan swore on her life that she hated Beyonce, and then all of a sudden,
Wait.
this bitch, shush your face. This bitch 2 days ago posted on her story, I take everything back I've ever bad said about Beyonce. I love her, queen. And I was like, ew, shut up.
I did not say the word queen.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I will pull up the story. I have it saved. I did
I-
not say queen.
So we don't really care about your opinions when it comes to celebrities.
Listen.
Wow.
I still think she's overrated, but
Who,
the
Britney
album.
or Beyonce?
Beyonce. The album. It had some good songs, and she called Jay-Z ugly. How bold of you to call your husband ugly in your newest album?
Well, I mean,
That's-
maybe he's got an ugly
that's a-
personality.
That's a power move. No, she said ugly about his face.
No, but he is ugly.
Isn't
No,
he
he
also
is.
like very old?
No.
Isn't he up there?
No, he's like in his 40s.
No, no way. How
Yeah.
old is she?
In her 40s? I'm looking it up.
I feel like that's not. I don't know.
Don't know. I do still think she's overrated, but the album was kind of good.
Okay.
And I haven't listened to the full album.
I loved the album.
Mine's in the car.
Take a guess. We're doing our guesses.
Wait,
How old?
for
46.
Jay-Z or for
Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce first.
46.
46.
Jay-Z 52?
I was
Okay.
going to say 52 for him too.
Jay-Z's 52.
Oh.
Beyonce's 41.
Mm.
So you're not that much younger.
No,
So in the album,
she
she
looks a
says
little weathered.
she says it must
He
be
is
your
really-
money
It's
because
on the
it's
gangs.
not your face.
Wait, say that again?
She said it must be your money because it's not your face.
I mean, yeah, but
It's the same way though.
Obviously.
It's
it's
the same
just
way
lyrics. Like, maybe she doesn't mean it.
Well, it's the same way.
Also, is
that-
he still
don't know.
making music?
No.
Okay, and she is, so...
It's the way though that it's the same thing. She launched Lemonade on the whole premise that apparently he cheated on her, and then she came out in an interview and said he never cheated. It's all publicity for her.
Wait, Cloud.
Okay, so
Regardless, Jordan didn't like Beyonce last week. This week she likes Beyonce.
And
she's
now
telling me she
Britney's
doesn't like-
canceled.
No, I'm canceled for not
Oh,
liking
you're canceled.
Britney.
Okay.
She's weird.
Jordan's
Let
right.
her be! She went through a lot of shit!
She is canceled. Jordan's canceled. We're canceled.
Whatever. I'm still gonna post.
Tune in next week when Kelsey's my new co-host and not Jordan.
If that's the
Bye.
case, then I guess I will wear these whole episode.
And on that note, I think we're ready to end this.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks for coming. We had
I
a
had
blast.
a great time.